Hello there and welcome to Creative Corner. Today we're celebrating Chinese New Year and we're going to be making a Chinese New Year decoration for your house, and we're also going to be learning a fun game with Marina. And first of all, I'm going to read you the story of the Chinese New Year and about how it began. Each year in China is named after a different animal. And this is the story of how it came about. There are a few different versions of the story of the great animal race, and this is one of them. Long ago in China, the Jade Emperor thought that he would need a way to keep track of each year. He thought that he would name each year after an animal. He decided to invite the animal kingdom to race across the river. The Jade Emperor would name the first year after the winner, and then the other animals would come next in the order they won the race. 12 animals turned up: an ox, a tiger, a dog, a rat, a pig, a snake, a rooster, a rabbit, a monkey, a goat, a horse, and a dragon. The animals lined up on the riverbank, and on the count of 3, off they went with a great splash. The rat wasn't the best swimmer, but he was cunning and clever. He grabbed hold of the ox's tail and climbed up onto the ox's back. When the ox reached the other side, he jumped off quickly and ran ahead, leaving the ox to come in second. Next came the strong tiger. His wet fur had made him slower in the water, but he jumped out of the river and shook himself dry. The rabbit came fourth. She had bounced across the logs and the stones in the river. Closely following the rabbit was the dragon. The kindly dragon had been so busy helping some of the other animals, he was the 5th animal to cross the finishing line. The snake and the horse came 6th and 7th. The sneaky snake had slid up the horse's leg to get out of the river. This startled the horse, causing him to rear up in fright. The snake slid past the frightened horse at speed, leaving the horse to cross after he got out of the shock. Arriving next was the goat, the monkey, and the rooster. They had worked as a team to build a raft. How clever! In 11th place was the dog. He was the quickest swimmer, but he couldn't resist stopping to splash and play. And last of all, trotting slowly out of the water, came the pig. He'd had a big meal and had been very slow to swim. And that is the story of the Chinese animal race. So, would you like to make a Chinese New Year decoration with me? Let's go and see what we're going to do. So last year in 2020, it was the year of the rat. The rat was the animal that came first in the race. This year is a different animal. Can you remember from the story which animal came after the rat? That's right, it was the ox. So today's craft activity is to make a traditional Chinese New Year lantern that looks just like the ox. So for this activity, you'll need a piece of red or brown card. You'll need something for some eyes. You can draw these yourself or use googly eyes. You'll need 2 horn shapes. You'll need 2 long ear shapes, an oval nose shape, and a long piece of red card for the handle. You'll need glue, scissors, and a marker pen. So what we do first is take your big piece of card and fold it long ways over, just like this. You can use paper, but card is stronger and it'll make it stand up. Take your scissors and very carefully we're going to cut. We're not going all the way to the end, we're going to stop about there. And try and get them quite thick because it will make it stronger, but not too thick. And try and get them all nice and even, so they're roughly the same size. Watch out for your fingers. There we go. So we're going to open up our card and you'll see that it bends beautifully. So grab your glue and put a strip down one side. Lots and lots of glue because it's going to need to stick straight away. And then just carefully fold it over. And when you've done that, just give it a little push and a little squeeze all the way around to get that lovely lantern shape. There we go. Right, we're going to do the nose next. So take your oval and you need a good pair of nostrils. 1, 2. Oops. And select one of your pieces of your lantern and you need a bit of glue at the top of it and at the bottom. And pop his nose on just like that. Now for the eyes. One. Now we need his horns. And now I've just bent the horns a little bit so that you can stick them to the side of his head. Okay, ready for his ears, and again just bend the sides of his ears like that. And that's the bit you're going to put your glue on. And you can either stick them up in front of the horns or behind. I'm going for behind. Just a tiny bit higher than the horns as well. Now he's ready for the handle. Press it down nice and firmly so that it doesn't break off when you hang it. And there you have it. Your ox lantern, which you can hang or you can sit on the side at home.
To finish off our Chinese New Year celebrations, we're going to play a fun game for all the family. We've got a bowl, we've got pieces of ox poo, we've got sweets and we've got popcorn, and the idea is really simple. We're going to take our chopsticks and we are going to transfer the food from one bowl to the other. It's a competition and the fastest one with the most in the bowl is the winner.
3, 2, 1, go! Can't do it.
Oh, it's tricky.
This is so tricky.
There we go. It's too tricky.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop! Thank you for joining us in Creative Corner today. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to wish you Happy New Year in Chinese. Kung Hei Fat Choi.